Good evening and welcome to the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. On the pole tonight we have Ken Estes. In second, starting second, Brad Lambie. And in the third position, John Estes. Fourth starting tonight is Wayne Feldman, Jesse Dallenbort in fifth, Mike Kennelly in sixth, Stephen Tapley Sr. in seventh, and in eighth place, John Estes. David Depew will start ninth, Greg Kenseth 10, and Freddie Aldridge and Michael Varley may not have made the grid. Kentucky Speedway is a challenging little racetrack. It's going to be interesting to see how this group of drivers does tonight, Kerwin. All right, trucks are on the pace lap going into turn 3, be coming to the green in just a few. Clear night tonight, 78 degrees is our temperature at the start of this race. Pace car is off the track, and here we are coming to the green. Truck is in the lead, but on the inside. Ken Estes is low at start-finish line, takes the lead for lap number 2. Ken slides up in front of the 19 as we come out of down the backstretch. Brad's not going to have any of that. He looks inside, but drops back behind the 11 to follow him through the turn. Wayne Feldman is third, 3/10 back from the leaders. Brad Lampy takes a look on the inside, and he's got a fender up on the 11. Brad will lead lap 3, beginning of lap 4 now, into turns 1 and 2. Number 95. Number 95 of Wayne Feldman is now making a charge for third place. Looking low on the 11 as they go into turn 1. Brad Lambie's out to about a 3-second lead on second and third, and we got Ken Estes and Wayne Feldman running side by side. John Estes is fourth, just been passed by Jesse Davenport. Estes is relegated back to 5th place. 6th place is Stephen Tapley. Mike Kelleny is 7th, and David Depew is running 8th. Brad's got a big lead. Last lap for Brad was 32.142 seconds. Brad still leads in 3 and 4, and second and third place are pretty tight. At the stripe, Brad's got a 7/10 second lead on the close battle for second, third, and fourth. Looks like the 22 truck and the 54 running at the back of the pack, and the 72 is bringing up the rear of the field. John Estes in the 72 truck is running at the rear of the pack tonight. His last lap was 32.6 seconds. And up front, Brad Lambie is maintaining that 7/10 of a second lead over Ken Estes and Wayne Feldman. Yellow flag. Looks like the 54 just got loose coming off of turn 2, smacked the inside guardrail, came down in front of Greg, and Greg avoided him very, very close there. Yeah, the front end of the 54 truck is pretty much demolished. He'll be going to the pits for some repairs for sure. I don't know if the 54 is going to make it back. That he has pushed the button to get to the pits and have a tow. Under our first caution here at the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. It's a lap 11. And we are under caution. Just about everybody on the lead lap is going to be coming to pit road. Let's see who takes 4 tires and who takes 2, if they take any. Leading the field at pit road's Brad Lambie in truck number 79. The Super Flow Silverado. Yeah, Brad looks like he made some adjustments to that truck. He was the last one out of the pits. Looks like our leader will be starting last on this restart. First car out of the pits is the 17 truck, Greg Kenseth. in the Best Buy Silverado Chevrolet. All right, 17 pulled down to the apron, which puts John Estes at 21 right behind the pace car on the restart. So right now, when we go back to green, it's going to be John Estes in the 21, followed by Wayne Feldman in the 95, Ken Estes in the 11, and Jesse Dollenboat in the 15 truck. Cars haven't received the 2 to go yet. We're still single file down the backstretch. All right, we're getting ready to go back green here. Cars are double file. And John Estes in the 21 is in first place. They're coming out of turn 4. Cars are lined up double file behind the pace car. We're getting ready to go green. Let's see if John can hold the lead here as we go back to green. Field's tightening up in anticipation of the pace car going to pit road. Pace car's off.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and John's got some pretty tough competition on the outside. Wayne Feldman gets out of the gas. John Estes is pulling away. Somebody scraped the wall on the restart. Don't think there was any damage. Across the start finish line. Bill. Ken Estes in the 11 is making a charge on the low side, followed by Wayne Feldman in the 90s. The 95. The 95 Wayne's truck seems to be handling much better down low than the leader. And Ken Estes has taken the lead as they go into the turn. Yeah, a little contact between the 11 and the 95, and Wayne is shuffled down to the inside. He now falls to 4th place. Yeah. 21 got loose, and Brad Lampy is coming on the low side to pass the 21. Brad Lampy now moves into 2nd position, followed by John Estes. Wayne Feldman has dropped back to 4th place and has got some pressure coming from the back from Mike Canelli. On lap 19, our leader is still Ken Estes in the 11 truck. Followed closely by Brad Lambie. 3rd's John Estes. 4th Wayne Feldman. And 5th is Mike Collini. Started on lap 20. Our leader had a 32.249 for that last lap. And yeah, Ken Estes, our leader, is a 1/10 of a second quicker than Brad Lambie, who ran a 32.3 that last lap. Looks like Wayne Feldman is making a move on 3rd place on the inside, but John Estes fighting back on the outside. Looks like Wayne's going to hold him off by going to the bottom and maintaining 3rd place. Ken Estes still has a lead. Brad Lambie's in 2nd. Wayne Feldman is 3rd. 4th, John Estes. 5th, Jesse Dollenvolt. And Stephen Tapley Sr. is running in the 6th position. Brad Lambie is 2/10 behind our leader, Ken Estes. Wayne Feldman is 9/10 back. And then 4th place, John Estes, is 1.3 back from the leader. Jesse Dollenvolt is 1.8 back. Stephen Tapley running 6th is 2.2 back. A big gap back to Mike Kelleny in 7th, 4.4 seconds back from our leader. Brad Lambie is pulling in on our leader down low on the track as they come off the turn and go out next to the backstretch wall. Brad has closed that gap up to 1.87. Brad's last lap was a 1/10 quicker than our leader, so he's definitely found some speed. Let's go in-car camera to our second place driver, Brad Lambie, and see the view from the cockpit. Ken went just a little bit low coming out of 4. The truck pushed up the track, and Brad Lambie has passed him for the lead. Now Ken's bringing it back to the bottom side. I don't think he has anything for Mr. Lambie. That 79 truck is running very good. The battle up front's allowed Wayne Feldman to reel them in. He's now down to just a couple of tenths behind third place. Just started lap 28. The front 3 now are pulling away from fourth place. Brad Lambie still our leader. Ken Esty second. Wayne Feldman in third. Back almost 2 seconds. His fourth place is Jesse Dollenvoort.
Pretty good.
Got a pretty good battle there for 6th and 7th between Stephen Tapley and Mike Kelleny. The 28's pulled ahead a little bit now. I'm sure these guys all took the opportunity to get full fuel on that pit stop. Some of them may have taken some tires. Kentucky's pretty abrasive on your tires. Anytime you can go in and get some new Goodyears, that's certainly what you want to get. Change for second place. Wayne Feldman has passed Ken Estes and now moved into second, and he is in hot pursuit of Brad Lambie, number 79, our leader, as they run down the backstretch on lap 31. Steve Tapley has pulled away from 5th place, and he's running in 4th place right now all by himself. He's 2.2 seconds back from the leader. Steve's, got a car in the wall. Jesse Dollenvoort scraped the wall back there, got some damage. He's now coming to pit road. Wow, pretty much caved in the right side. The sheet metal on the right quarter panel is in all way past the wheel, so they're going to have to do a good bit of work on this car to get him back out and make him run competitive. Jesse's car, the 15 Silverado, is sponsored by Bud, the king of beers. He got loose in the turn and hit the wall pretty hard. He's going to take 4 tires and fix the truck. These trucks are so aero sensitive on the front. If you bend up that front valence at all and take that downforce off the front, it just will not turn here. This isn't a high bank track, but it's an awful fast track. Ken Estes, the 11 car, now running 3rd position. Through the trial, is running 177, 178 miles an hour entering turn 1. That's very fast for this mile-and-a-half speedway. Something happened to Wayne Feldman. He just yeah. These guys are probably wishing they had a caution come out here pretty soon. Even Ken Estes running in second is very loose as he entered the turn that lap. We're on lap 36 of the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. Yep, Jesse is still in the pits. He's leaving the pits now. He didn't fix all the damage though. That right front quarter panel is still smashed in considerably, which is going to hurt him tremendously on top end speed. Yeah, the right rear spoiler's pushed up in the air, so he's going to have his hands full, if at all he can drive this truck up to speed on the racetrack. He's fallen to 4 laps off the pace. Let's go back and check on our leaders. Lap 38, Brad Lambie is still our leader, running pretty consistent laps. He's got a half-second lead on Ken Estes. Stephen Tapley Sr. has moved into third because Wayne Feldman hit the wall on the backstretch a couple of laps ago, and I'm sure he's got some aero damage as well to that 95 truck. Got a couple of cars that have lost some laps in the race. Greg Kenseth in the 8th position is 1 lap down. Jesse Dollenvogt is 4 laps down. And number 54, David Depew, is 28 laps down. He had some extensive damage to that truck. Coming through 3 and 4 that time, Brad ran a little bit higher line than normal. Across the start-finish line on the bottom of the track. Swings out against the wall, and he seems to be able to run 1 and 2 much lower in the corner, almost down on the yellow line. So his car is clearly handling better in 1 and 2 than it is in 3 and 4. Yeah, number 11, Ken Estes, is gaining on Brad. Just watch and see how he handles through 1 and 2. Right now, going into entering 1, they're both running the same line. Brad got a little bit lower, and Ken ran a little higher through 1 and 2. Yep, Ken's last lap was a 32.7. Our leader ran a 32.8, so he is definitely making up ground. He's only about 2 truck lengths back as they cross the stripe. 2/10 quicker that last lap, a 32.8 to a 32.6, and Ken took a peek on the outside. Quite a battle we got going on up front. Yeah, Ken may have taken a little air off of Brad. He's right up on his back bumper as they enter the turn. Across the start-finish line now. Ken is there. He's waiting on 1 bobble by Brad, and he will take the lead. gun on board with Ken Estes. He does have a little damage. Yeah, the right front fender on Ken's truck is sticking out a little bit, believe it or not. That may give him a little bit of aero, a little more downforce on the front, and as he drives under our leader, Brad Landy. They're in a close battle for the lead here. Brad edges him out. They're back in the turn, and Ken's back under him again, up to the door. Ken Estes is driving right on the yellow line, and Brad is high up on the track. Side by side through the turn. At the stripe, it was Brad Lambie by about a fender. Just 2 feet apart that last turn. They're going down the backstretch into 3. Brad held him off and pulled back in front. One thing about running that bottom line is going to heat that right front tire up, and the truck's not going to stick as well. So when you get that one chance to make that pass, you need to complete it and get back up in front. It's a little bit easier on that right front tire. These two guys have been racing door to door, which slows them down. Stephen Tapley is 1.7 seconds behind, so he is closing in while Ken and Brad race door to door at 175 miles an hour. John Estes running in 5th position, slid up into the wall and hit the wall. Still got that close battle up front. Brad Lambie's in the lead. But Ken's let those tires cool down a little bit, and he is right on his bumper. I tell you what, Brad knows he's there. He cannot make a mistake, or he's going to give up that lead on lap 51 as we run. We're 1 lap beyond halfway, so quite a good race. It shouldn't be too many more laps. These guys are going to be hoping for a caution or a pit stop. Because, like I said, you need tires here in Kentucky. Very abrasive racetrack. Wow. Brad got loose, Ken backed off of it, and what a heck of a save by our leader. If Ken hadn't seen Brad get loose and backed out a little bit, they could have taken both of them out. But while this has happened, Steve Tapley has pulled to the back of second place, and Steve is right there now, and we could have a new challenge for second place. Steve is running on the bottom, Brad's taking the high line, and Ken's staying on the bottom. Ken's on the bottom going through the turn. Brad's on the outside. These tires are worn out. These guys are getting lightweight, burning off that fuel. And it is quite a race here for first, second, and third now. Steve Tapley has joined the battle for the lead. Brad's back up front. Now Steve takes the bottom. And 79 just scraped the wall back there. I think Stevens got the 22 on pit road. Yeah, Steve in third is just riding there behind Ken and Brad, waiting on somebody to make a mistake. Right now, his truck is clearly faster. He saved his tires as our leader, and second place tires have gone away. Brad Lambie, number 79, is pitting here on lap 58. Brad slows down to 45 miles an hour pit road speed and comes into the pits. They did not get the caution they needed, so we're going to see green flag pit stops. Brad Lambie, our leader, is on pit road now, showing in fourth position as he comes down pit road to his pits. Brad overshot his pits and had to back up, which cost him valuable seconds. He's taking right side tires. I don't think they're going to make any adjustments. Taking left side, so he's taking 4 tires and a full load of Sunoco fuel, and he exits the pits. But that little slight bobble going past his pits cost him valuable seconds and possibly positions. Greg Kenseth is just exiting pit road in the 17. John Estes, the 72's on pit road, taking 4 in Sunoco fuel. Ken Estes is your leader now. He's got a 1 second lead over him. Oh, he's pitting. He spins on the entrance to pit road. He spun down into the grass and backing back up. He has to drive around the commitment cone to keep from getting black flags. So a terrible mistake for the 11. Let's look at that replay and see what happened to Ken as he entered pit road. Oh, it came in entirely too hot. You get on those brakes with those worn out tires, and that truck just did not want to turn. The 11's in the pit stall, filling up with gas. right sides are going on. Crew's running around to the left side. Got to have 4 fresh Goodyears here at Kentucky to be competitive. And he leaves his pits. That was a costly error for the 11. So both of our leaders, both our first and second place drivers, Brad and Ken, made terrible pit stop errors coming in. Brad overshot his pit. Ken spun coming to pit road, and that cost him a lot more than Brad his error. Stephen Tarpley, number 28, came in and took 4 tires of Sunoco fuel. He exits the pits to get back up there. Now, after the green flag stops cycle, we'll see who comes out our leader and how bad those mistakes cost Brad and Ken. Stephen's pit stop looked pretty smooth. I don't think he had any mistakes. '95 has just pitted. Wayne Feldman's exiting pit road. Sunoco fuel and 4 fresh Goodyears. Let's check our running order after that round of pit stops by our leaders. Believe it or not, Brad Lambie's back in first. Stephen Tarpley has moved to second. That costly spin by John Estes. Ken Estes is now 4th. Wayne Feldman 5th. Mike Kelleny is 6th. John Estes is 2nd. Greg Kenseth 8th. Jesse Dollenvolt is 9th, 29 laps down. David Depew is in 10th place off the track. That finishes, it takes care of all of our green flag pit stops. Let's take a break and hear from our sponsors. All right, welcome back to the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. We just finished our green flag pit stops. Trucks are on lap 67 now, so about 73 laps remaining. Our leader is Brad Lambie, who made a minor mistake by driving through his pits and having to back up. Steve Tapley, who was running 3rd, had a fairly smooth pit stop. He is now in 2nd place. John Estes, who spun coming on pit road, is 4th. Wayne Feldman is 5th, in 4th place rather. Ken Estes in 5th. Mike Kelleny is in 6th. John Estes in 7th. Greg Kenseth 8th. Last car on the track still running is Jesse Dollenvolt. He's 32 laps down. And John Estes and Greg Kenseth are 1 lap down each. I know. Our leader is Brad Lambie. He is out front. Last lap of 32.395. He's got a 2.7 second lead over Stephen Tapley Sr. During that last green flag run, Brad had a lot of pressure. That last run, Ken was giving Brad a lot of pressure, and they both wore those tires out. But once Brad got the fresh tires on, Brad has pulled away to a 2.6 second lead over Stephen Tapley Sr. And then our race tonight, we have father and son, Ken Estes and John Estes. And they're running 7 seconds, 7.7 and 7.9 behind the leader in a close battle of their own. We will see who dominates tonight, father or son, in this Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. John just came up and hit the wall, put a big scratch on the side of that 21 truck. So John hurt himself racing. It's going to allow Ken to pull away a little bit. Any damage to that front valence on these Silverado trucks will slow them down for sure. We'll get lap speeds at the next time they cross the start-finish line and see what has happened to the 21. They're going down the backstretch and entering 3 and 4. And Ken is running 4th and John is running 5th at the moment. Ken's last lap was 32.426. And John's was a 33.292. And since he has scraped the wall, Wayne Feldman in the 96 truck, 95 truck has moved around to take over that spot. All right, 3/4 of the way through the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. Our leader at lap 75 is Brad Lambie. Stephen Tapley Sr. is running 2nd, 2.2 seconds back. Wayne Feldman has moved into 3rd, 6.6 seconds back. Ken Estes is 4th, 7.7 seconds back. John Estes is down to 5th at 9.0 seconds. Mike Kelleny is 6th, 14 seconds back, and that's 6 cars remaining on the lead lap for the Port City Logistics 150. Just watching the 79, Brad Lambie. He's pretty much on cruise control now. He's pulled the lead out to 2.3 seconds. He's running a very consistent line, crosses the start-finish line right at the bottom of the yellow stripe. He runs through 1 and 2 about a truck and a half width up from the bottom, right out on the wall on the backstretch. Very consistent laps he's turning. Last lap was a 32.544. No pressure from the back right now. He's running a little higher line in 3 and 4 to save those tires. And last lap speed was a 32.523. Stephen Tapley's last lap was a 32.554. The lead's out to a 2.436 seconds. So Brad is slightly pulling away. I don't know if Stephen's saving those tires or not, but he's in 2nd place. He's got a 4-second lead on 3rd place, which is Wayne Feldman. Greg Kenseth, the Best Buy, number 17 Silverado, is back in 8th place. He's last lap was a 32.8. Still running a good pace, but way back in the field. actually the second truck one lap down. So I'm sure these guys would like a yellow flag so they could get, number one, fresh tires, some more fuel, and have a little shootout here at the end. But if it stays under green, well, John has brought it back up to Don Estes and his son, the 72 and the 21, are back together again, and they are running down the backstretch just few tenths apart. Great racing here in the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. The leader's on lap 82. So we've got 18 laps, so racing to go. Will it go green the rest of the way? Our leader just ran a 32.867 on lap 80, start lap 83. And Stephen Tapley in second place ran a 32.734. About a tenth quicker than our leader. Brad's lead still at 2.109 seconds. And doesn't seem to be changing that much. We'll check it at the line this time. Down to 2.051. So Stephen is making some ground up on Brad, but is Brad saving those tires so that if he has a battle at the end, he'll still have something for the 28. So that number had 10 lead changes here in 84 laps at Kentucky. Right now, the Superflow Silverado Chevrolet driven by Brad Lambie is out front. But folks, Stephen Tapley is coming. That leads down to 1.87 seconds. And I'm sure that when Brad looks in his mirror, he can see that car coming. Maybe we can get an in-car view looking back and see what our leader sees out his mirror. These spoilers stick up pretty big in the back, but even with that spoiler there, I'm sure that Brad can look back and see that truck getting bigger in his mirror. It's down to 1.75. So Brad cannot make a mistake. He just needs to run his line, forget about the mirror, hit his marks, and with 13 laps to go, maintain that lead. So second place is Stephen Tapley, 1.7 back. Wayne Feldman's in third, 6.4 seconds back. Fourth place is Ken Estes at 7.9. John Estes is in fifth, 12.7. And then Mike Kennelly is running sixth. Last car on the lead lap, 16.7 seconds back. Our leader ran a 32.643 that last lap. Second place, Stephen Tapley ran a 32.573. And looking out Stephen's windshield, That pink truck's getting bigger. Let's look from the cockpit of Stephen's truck. He enters the turn at 176 miles an hour, and he is gaining on our leader as they come off turn 2 and go down the backstretch. The lead's down to 1.4 seconds, but coming to 10 to go the next time they cross the stripe. Coming off of 4, Stephen drives down to the yellow line, crosses the stripe. Made up another tenth that lap, 1.3. Last lap speed for Tapley was 32.5. And our leader, Brad Lambie, ran a 32.6. So right now, Stephen's 1/10 per lap quicker, which is plenty of time to get to him and make this a real battle coming down to that checkered flag. Our third, Wayne Feldman in the 95 truck is quick that last lap at a 32.545, but he's 6 seconds behind our leader. Stephen Tapley's closed it down to 1.3 seconds. We're on lap 93 of 100. At last lap, Brad Lambie to Stephen Tapley, 6/1000ths of a second. So Brad's picked up the pace, and Stephen's doing all he can to get to the leader with just 6 laps remaining here in the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. Whoa, Stephen got a little loose off 2 that time, had to back out of the throttle and make a correction. That cost him some valuable time. It leads back up to 1.496 seconds. Yep, that mistake cost him. He's 2.2 seconds behind Brad Lambie now. They're on lap 95, so time is running out for the number 28 Chevy Silverado. All Brad has to do at this point is maintain his line, keep his speed up. His last lap was 32.962. As those tires go away and that fuel burns off, the back of those trucks get loose. He's a little bit loose that time coming out of 4, headed down into the trial one. Across the line for starting lap 97, his lap speed was 32.683. He goes deep into 1 and 2, lets the truck drift back up against the wall down the backstretch. Entering turn 4, let's see, his top speed's 170 miles an hour as he enters turn 3. A little bit higher line this time. Those tires have to be showing some wear. Stephen crosses the line. His last lap was a 32.741. Drop back. Brad's driving away. The lead is now 2.1 seconds, made up just a little bit. Wayne Feldman is 3rd, 6 seconds back. Ken Estes 4th, 7 seconds back. John Estes 5th, 15 seconds back. And Mike Kelleny is 6th. The last car on the lead lap, 18 seconds back. I'm sure Brad likes looking up in that mirror and seeing that truck get smaller instead of bigger as it did a few laps ago. But unless something drastic happens here on lap 99, Brad Lambie is our leader and looking for that white flag. Crosses the stripe. Last lap, white flag for number 79, Brad Lambie, who has done an outstanding job after taking the lead after our round of pit stops. Goes into turn 1 and 2, about 1.5 truck lengths from above the yellow line, down the backstretch into 3 and 4. And our winner of the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150 is Brad Lambie. What a drive for him today. Second place, Stephen Tapley. Third place, Wayne Feldman. Fourth, Ken Estes. Fifth, John Estes. Sixth place, Mike Kelleny. Seventh to John Estes. Eighth, Greg Kenseth. Ninth, Jesse Dollenvort. And 10th place, David Depew. We're going to try to talk to Brad and see how high his heart rate went when he drove through his pits, and just how he felt about his win tonight. He did an outstanding job after that green flag pit stop to get out front and maintain the lead. We're going to go on board with our winner now, Brad Lambie, as he does his burnouts at the start-finish line here at the Kentucky Speedway. Hey, Brad, this is Wayne Finley up in the booth. Congratulations on a great win.
Yeah, thank you. It a little tough there at the end. Things started to get a little loose. I just had to keep it underneath me.
Yeah, I was a little concerned when you overshot your pits there. But then when Ken spun out coming to pit road, that made that little mistake not so big after all.
Yeah, I got pretty nervous there. Steve was coming there, and Ken said he made the mistake. I didn't know how bad it was. I was really nervous. Some guys were pretty quick, a little bit faster than I was. I just had to try to maintain, and hopefully things worked out, and looks like they did.
Well, Stephen Tapley in the 28 got pretty close in that last 25 or 30 laps. I think he got to about 1.3 seconds, and then you gradually pulled away, and your final advantage was 2.5. So congratulations on a great run.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just tried saving my stuff there with having a couple seconds there the last 30, 35 laps, and just wanted to preserve it. If he got to me, I might have a little something for him, and looks like it worked out in my favor.
Early in the race, when you and Ken were battling and swapping the lead there, it looks like the truck got pretty loose when he was right up under you. Get a little aero loose?
Yeah, I was having problems with tire pressures, and I lowered the right rear before we started the race so that it didn't overgrow, and I think it hurt me more than it helped me. Made the adjustment on the pit stop, though, but that was a good, clean race, and I had a lot of fun up there.
Congratulations again. You are the winner of the Port City Logistics Kentucky 150. Great job, and we look forward to seeing you in our next race.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Exciting race. Once again, the final rundown. Brad Lambie was your winner. Stephen Tapley Sr. second. Wayne Feldman third. Ken Estes fourth. John Estes fifth. Mike Kelleny was sixth. John Estes second. Greg Kenseth 8th, Jesse Dollenvogt was 9th, and Brad Depew finished in 10th. Thank you for joining us this evening, and happy race day to you.